Let me tell y'all about a time I was lost in Thailand. So we were shopping for a bit at this huge Thai mall. Product there were pretty cheap, so we got a lot of stuff. But then, while I was still wondering about this wallet store, the guys that were with me left. I was literally walking to the other side of the store when they all just decided to vanish out of thin air. Just boom, 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 then poof. I kept wandering for a while, and a minute passed. A while later, 2 minutes passed. In 5 minutes, they were nowhere to be seen. I just laid on the ground, no idea about what to do next. Keep in mind that I was 11 and I did not know the Thai language. Then suddenly, this big bull local guy confronts me and starts speaking some random Thai. Let's call this dude Barb because he appears a lot in my story. Barb seemed concerned, so I tried telling him my problem in English, but since he didn't know it too well, he kept trying to respond in Thai, which I couldn't understand at all. Then after a minute of just blabbering, he goes, "Come with me." And having nowhere else to go, I follow him. 11-year-old frontal lobe still undeveloped. He takes me outside the mall, downwards from it, towards a dam-like place with 5 or 6 tents laying about. Tribal people with natural clothing stare at me graciously. He takes me to the fanciest tent there and tells me, "Wait here." Nothing else to do, I stay there and wait for like 3 minutes. Then 2 beautiful tribal women come in with leaf plates and food. I hadn't eaten since morning, so I briefly told them thank you, gazed back the food. "Y'all are going in my mouth right now," and began chomping at all of that. The girls were grinning and talking to each other while staring at me in a playful way. One of them started to touch my forearm until Barb came in and started scolding them. The girls hurry out quickly, still laughing, and Barb starts talking to me again. He first points at the food and starts muttering some unknown alien dialect. I know he was probably asking about how it was, so I just give him a thumbs up and a facial expression like, "Not bad." Looking pleased, he then goes on with his Thailandese blabbering. I just nod at him while thinking about something else, cause this guy still does not get that I don't speak the Thailand jib. I doze off into my own world of classical music, that canon shit, and the awesome times I had with the cute Japanese girls in the hotel where we stayed. After going on about 5 minutes, he finally stops, and now I notice his face, which is like gleaming with excitement, and he's like, wait. He hurries outside, and this time, he takes about 10 minutes to come back. Now y'all must be wondering how I kept myself ocupado for 10 minutes in other ways before without freaking out about what's coming next. To best answer that, I'm like the opposite of a person with OCD. I could stay lost in my own mind thinking about stuff for hours. So anyways, this time he comes back with a cute girl about my age and tells her some stuff. She was pretty shy. She looked at me during the convo and immediately looked back when she saw that I was looking. After a minute of him talking and her nodding, he finally sits her next to me and makes us hold hands. She's pretty cute, so I'm like, alright, and we just stay there a bit awkwardly holding hands. I peek a bit into her face, trying to understand her feeling in this situation, and she seems semi-happy, trying to hide it. So I'm just like, cool. About 2 minutes fly by really quick. Also, I know the times because I had a cool looking ghetto watch on my left hand that I bought from that mall there. Then suddenly 3 people in heavy tribal clothing and drums come in along with a big fat tribal person wearing a fancy headdress. Circling around us, the headdress guy starts muttering some holy sounding words along with a tribal beat. A minute passes by and I'm bewildered and confused as to what the hell was going on in there. The 2 tribal women from before come in smiling with bowls full of flower petals and start throwing them at us. All of a sudden, a picture of my uncle and his wife pops into my head. Then it hits me. I was on the process of getting married. I look at the girl again and her face looks blunt. My heart starts racing and I panic a little. In my head, I'm like, "No, I'm too young to get married." But I keep it in me, cause I know it's not gonna end well if I freak out now. I think really quick, put a hand in my crotch, make a face like I really had to pee, then walked out the fastest I've ever walked. After I was out, I took one gaze at the path I came from and dipped. I looked back once halfway up the dam and saw Barb with just a confused look. It was probably because the time I nodded everything he said was a talk about agreeing to marry his daughter or sibling. Anyways, I reached up the top and luckily one of my teachers was looking for me. She goes, "Where were you? We've been looking around for half an hour now." I don't know what the hell just happened, but please just get me out of this area, now. We left that place and flew out of Thailand the next morning.